these side laners, Sheer and Bulldog, can do massive work to the towers, develop a gold lead for themselves. But in these 5v5 team fights, I don't know. I think
Krako going to be ready to collapse. LNG looking to get themselves on the board early. Liangchen flashes away, but Flag and Drag was held by Krako the whole way through. Sheer flashes after him. First blood to Krako.
I think Krako might have flashed on the spot. Maybe I didn't see that correctly, but still a really good gank. Liangchen overplaying his hand in the top lane. We'll give nice little first blood here over to Krako. Grizzly will be able to cancel this base, and there's a TP coming from this Crocodile.
Yeah, Sheer going to get Wind Becomes Lightning
Flash
here, and I don't think he's getting out of this one. Yeah, Grizzly
going
to be
down
able
a level here, remember, but Ultra Prime is moving from bot lane.
Yeah, I mean, Ultra Prime have the faster move in bottom lane. They have the level advantage on their jungler. Bulldog being closer is maybe the one thing that LNG have going for him, that it's not going to be enough. This Dragon going the way of Ultra.
Steel, he does have equal smite and is walking in here.
Oh, hooked though. That does put him closer to the Dragon, but maybe more than he bargained for. Is able to steal it away. Krako equalizes the Dragon count, and 1xN just firing away. Dashes forward, but has Grizzly on top of him. He's going to pay for that as he drops down first of the fight, but they are able to trade back onto the Thresh. Knockup finds its way onto Grizzly, and he's stuck in a 1 versus 3 as Bulldog will look to clean up the kill. The credit goes to Krako. As Ultra Prime start up there next to Dragon. LNG with a few folks in the area. Does look like they're going to try to contest here. Mid laners duking it out on the bottom side as Krako and Missing try to create space. Step up to the Dragon. Krako is here. Now Grizzly a little bit outmanned and outgunned. It's going to be a secure on the Dragon. It goes over to 1xN of all people, but Henna kills off Missing on the top side. It's now a Dragon lead to LNG as they're just going to try to get out of here. Xiaosha continues to magnetize these onto 1xN, but he's got the backup of Krako. Grizzly taking way too much damage. Xiaosha going to take it instead as 1xN picks up a kill. Henna turning it back, though, with the Infernum. Flashes forward. 1 or 2 more shots would put Krako in the dirt, but Krako able to hold on.
This is the last match that both
have been able to pull those out. Krako, an aggressive into Ultra Prime's jungle. Xiaosha going to get pushed back away by the Blast Cone as they're just trying to get 1xN a pathway to hit this turret. Henna waiting to try to clear the wave on the opposite side. Krako dives forward, gets a knock-up onto Grizzly, but there's no damage here. Bulldog comes in on the flank. They're going to turn it all back onto Saber, and he's one-shot Henna, duking it out with 1xN. Henna going to end up winning that one out, but now the rest of the team fight breaks out. The top laner's getting involved. Sheer immediately going to Gnar, 2 of them back into the wall. Krako in the front line. Hook connects on a mini Gnar, but Sheer not taking too much damage, going to be able to continue to proc. Hyper flashes forward, looking for Liangchen, and Bulldog will be the one to finish him up. Back over the wall.
I don't know how I feel necessarily about that all the time, but this is a game where I feel like because there's not a ton of engage and Xin Zhao is the primary engage, he kind of does need an enchanter to help him get going in this game. Krako
sees an angle on towards Henna, does throw down the Cataclysm. Henna now going to get caught, shuffled back by Bulldog, and one shot by 1xN. LNG find their way onto the most relevant carry, and they snap this team fight shut. It's a double kill to 1xN, a triple kill to 1xN, and LNG going to use these death timers to break open the base.
Oh, Saber. Oh, I gotta close my eyes, man. This is painful to watch. That one was brutal. The shockwave didn't really land, do enough damage at all, and I think that LNG are just way too far ahead. This is before Rabadon's Infinity Edge has been completed as well, and 1xN just got a ton of gold from that fight, so the fights are going to be even more impossible. Too far ahead.
Oh, are they really too far ahead? Here's the real test. Krako just chucking away his Guardian Angel for nothing. But here comes the follow-up team fight. Maybe it'll be worth it at the end of the day. Missing, charging forward in the absence of his jungler. Shockwave connects on it 2. For what? For no purpose at all, as the Gnar into the wall from 2 into the Cataclysm of Krako will claim 2 more lives. Henna finally able to get one back, but here's 1xN launching himself into the fray. He will drop down for it, but Sheer and Bulldog can finish off the fight. LNG come up with another team fight win, ace for 3, and this one might be enough to march on the fountain.
Krako has had an amazing game 1, but that was the most I want to play for clips fight I've ever seen from a player in my life. He just gives away his GA, But Bulldog has the Rabadons. He's the sole damage dealer remaining, and it will be enough. LNG winning a very convincing first game after small stumbles in the early game will stabilize. And Ultra Prime.
These days, they go for the Zoe, which I don't see outside of North American Tier 2 pretty much ever. I know, there's been one game picked up here by Saber previously.
And get some summoner spells back of her own.
Yeah, definitely a desire to play this mid lane matchup aggressively. And like you said, never won his aim of Zoe before, but Xiaoxia just takes a huge chunk of damage up way too far, gets hit by every skill shot, and drops in the 2 versus 2. That's the 1xN is missing. As long as 1xN doesn't shift in like that, he is probably going to be completely safe. Of course, Grizzly saw that shift, and now here he comes, right on cue. Gets the chain CC on through. 1xN going to flash away, but it's too little. It's too late. He's been caster cursed.
Crab with the Ashe Seraphine roaming up, and then gank bot. Or then
he's got Cease and Desist available, and there's no more summoner heal available. They do still have access to the barrier. 1xN going to have to use that right off the bat, but they're going to burst him right through it. Root connects onto Grizzly, missing at least going to be able to get that kill back, and here comes Bulldog. Sleepy Trouble Bubble connects onto Henna, and Bulldog will finish off that kill. Picks up a heal as well, gets himself a double kill, and now Saber might be up too far. Bulldog going to be able to pop that summoner heal, get a little bit faster, blows the flash.
LNG, they have run of the map right now.
The dinner bell has been rung. A true shot barrage finds its way onto Henna. Krako dashing forward with the ultimate. Can't quite finish off the kill, but will be able to get it. Gets the reset, finds a double kill, and Krako is on the board. A quiet start for the jungler, but no longer as he picks up 2.
With the tier 1 still available, and LNG, they understand that their early game from game 1 was not the best, and completely flipping it around in this game.
Nice. Great shift from 1xN. Gets out of the Enchanted Crystal Arrow at the last possible moment, and now Xiaoxia just locked in way too far up. Does connect a point of blank encore, but it is too little, it is too late, and 1xN gonna put him down.
Confident, I'll say, scary start for 1xN.
Grizzly gets another combo on a cross. They use 2 ultimates. 1xN trying to dance away, staying alive. Finally, Saber will get him.
Saber and Xiaoxia a little bit, finding some priority across the map. Croco, the Q1 goes very wide, but this hot dog has a bite to it.
Oh, wow, dashing forward. Krako maybe going to get boiled here if he's not careful. Going to have to dash back over the wall, but now he's got multiple members trying to collapse onto him. Has plenty of mobility in his kit, but not enough to get away from Grizzly.
I'm not sure if I want to, say that, this is LNG making mistakes, or whether it's just they are.
Out to the side, no reason, no purpose, not going to be able to find anything. Krako, good dodge with the call of the pack, gets out of the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. True Shot Barrage finds its way through onto 2. They're going to try for the engage onto Krako. He flashes back away. There is going to be the cease and desist found onto him, and he will be locked down. Sheer trying to fight up against 3 on the other side. He's going to get melted down. Missing is getting bursted out. Grizzly finishes that kill. It goes over to Saber, and 3 members of LNG just died for nothing, Gibetto.
Yeah, Bulldog's just up here in top lane, going, guys, picked off. But somehow we come out alive, Gordo, and LNG are still on the Drake, and no one from Ultra Prime is anywhere around.
1xN and Missing want to tank it up. I don't know if either team knows who's taking this one. TP's being channeled, like you said. Might be a 5-on-5 for this objective. On Vision is Sheer. Liang Chen on Vision as well as he's getting chunked down. Enchanted Crystal Arrow connects, as does the Encore. They're looking for the one-shot onto Sheer. Repudiation, not enough. 5-man True Shot Barrage on both fronts. They're trying to lay down a line of vision inside the enemy jungle to try to set up to be able to work on this Baron that has just spawned. I don't think they're going to prioritize it too heavily. Here's an engage coming on in, though. Encore comes across the team. Bulldog getting locked down nice and early, and he will drop. Executed by the jungler. Into the backside is Sheer with the public execution. Finds his way on towards Henna. Now trying to back away and regroup with the rest of the squad. He will be able to successfully do so. Doesn't take too much damage for it either. It's a 1-for-1 so far. Carry for carry, mid laner for bot laner.
Grizzly's playing this game very well. Okay, this is not fair. As soon as I say his name, Gordo, they just sniff him out, and now he's dead.
That's what having the dog on your team will do for you, although he's kind of winning out the one-on-one. He needs missing for the backup. Finally, Darkened Daggers will do the work, and 1xN going to take down a turret in mid lane, threatening to start the objective.
I mean, what I want to see from LNG is holding that line, right? Holding the poke line. Croco caught. Just instantly
well, there
dead.
goes
There's
the
a TP
dog.
in.
Yeah, I mean, that's a free meal for Ultra Prime right there, and that's 40 seconds where no jungler is going to be available. This was their soul, Jay Beto. LNG playing sloppier than we've seen them most of this season.
No ults, though, from Ultra Prime, so they can't have a fight at all. So you're fully at the mercy of the poke from LNG, but it's just not hitting yet.
Yeah, True-Shot Barrage not quite sent out yet. The CP Trouble Bubble not connecting. Sheer kind of struggling in as frontline, taking way too much damage. Has to cleanse, has to get...
Yeah, the goal doesn't change at all. It's still almost the exact same, you know, 1,000 for Bulldog and 1xN, and then the big goal lead for Grizzly, which, again, doesn't really matter. Once he gets this GA, that's kind of it.
Yeah, they sniff him out, even without Nefiri in the area. Missing. Going to find him on the scanner. Target acquired, but Saber is here as well, and Missing might be the one who gets punished for it. Enchanted Crystallero locks on to Bulldog, and now he's going to have trouble getting out. Saber gets a quick double kill, and now it belongs to Ultra Prime as they try to start on up the Baron.
Bulldog flashes into the arrow. Croco is here this time. Baron shreds you a ton. 1xN and She are going to have to go massive with some damage if they want to not lose Baron here to 5 members of Ultra Prime.
Yeah, the damage here from 1xN is huge. An attempted flash encore doesn't connect onto anybody, but look at Sheer diving into the backline, trying to set up this play. Just doesn't work out for him. 1xN and Croco, it's all in their hands now, but the Baron is already gone. Liang Chen right in their face. Will he be able to be finished off in time? Surely they can get at least one back, but Croco just taking so much damage, forced off the play. 1xN shifts forward.
By the encore. When they don't, it looks silly because he just goes in and dies. And if he hadn't have done that, they probably could have got some kills, maybe even have denied the Baron. Because as soon as Sheer's engage is gone, Ultra Prime just take out Croco with the all-out over the wall. And Baron is now on 5 members. We're very grouped up in mid lane.
Yeah, going to try to see if they can siege down this mid lane outer turret. LNG trying to soften them up with the poke, but yeah, the fact that they have lost the gold lead and the fact that Bulldog out in the middle of nobody here. There's Croco looking to be able to make the jump over the wall. He does have the vision, throws out his doggies, gets over, steals the Dragon Soul, and Croco will give Mountain Soul to LNG. Now the fight bringing out on the other side. Encore lands across him. He will drop on down. It's 1 kill back over to...
Has pen for the Mountain Soul. So for LNG, if they can get one more item on Bulldog, that would be great. But this is kind of as strong as they get item-wise, like stats-wise. They need to be finding this poke. Elder has spawned, and LNG once again don't have any vision. They don't have any prio. Are we hoping for a Croco steal again over the wall? How do we get in? Croco's in.
Croco's in there, maybe a little bit ahead of schedule. He's going to get chain CC'd, is able to jump away with the call to pack. Saber takes some damage over the wall, missing already incredibly low. Croco going to jump back in as here comes Sheer on the flank. Gets some good poke damage on towards Saber and will immediately have to back away again. And this is a good position for LNG. Now they've got Ultra Prime funneled and they're landing poke from both fronts. Got the Dragon down to about half HP. Now they just need to try to focus on getting Grizzly out of here. Grizzly coming in on the other side. 1xN has to be careful. There's the public execution. Finds his way out of the backside. Diving forward is the side of Grizzly. Won't be able to find that play yet, and Croco's going to be able to execute onto Xiaosha. They're going to take down Liang Chen as well. Another shot lands to take out the mid laner. Grizzly's the last one standing. Couldn't find his mark on the backside. Sent into the Guardian Angel, and LNG finally, after biding their time for 35 minutes, take a 5-for-0 ace and end the series.
Croco jumps into the pit, but every ult misses. Ultra Prime have way better engage, but it all goes under Croco, and he's in his immortality in W, his invulnerability. Then LNG just pick up the Herald, sorry, the Elder, and there's nothing that Ultra Prime can do. All their ults are done, and LNG will, in a bit more of a contentious way, than
really good lanes to be able to maybe answer early on. Gwen versus Sion can be good, although Sion with the Soul Furnace can actually match her in lane a little bit until the first items come through.
Against knockups, it does help some of the stuns and the slows from Alistair and the other members, but Junja is holding this wave. He wants to give it to Honky, but he's taking a lot of damage on the side.
Oh, Gala. He just gets engaged upon by Jway. That's a flash coming in. And he's already taken down, so
Lane.
no tele.
She's very scary. This is a very slow TP from Bard.
This was on absolutely no vision, by the way. They had no wards in this play, and now they just caught out Wei. So that's a spellbook IG within the first 10 minutes of the game. They get first blood. They get all 3 of the grubs, plus they grab the first dragon. I would say this is a fair...
it took him 80 rolls. He spent the full money.
That is a full pity roll. We're going for an invade onto the blue side jungle right now. It's a great Tempered Fate to buy time, but Jway's in the area. Wei has already picked up the first kill in this one. That's another knockup that's going to be happening to Junja. So JDG, trying to protect their own jungle, survive. Observers, please give me back my HUD. I'm begging you. I've asked you to not do too many lower thirds and replays, but, you know, we can only ask for so much for Christmas. Junja, you've got no flash, brother. I think you're just stuck in this pit. You're gone. JDG are trying to corral in the dragon pit, but under what pretenses? Honky with a huge Emperor's Divide pushes the rest of IG, but where's the damage? Gala sends out a piercing arrow. That's one that's going to be found. Gala gets snapped on by the rest of IG, and that's another kill going over to Invictus Gaming. I mean, a double kill for this
better against a team that I think have been one of the best team fighting teams.
And now we're making a play on the opposite side, but I mean, this hollowed mist, the resistances you get, the needlework, also with the healing, a great flash from Saboro will not save him. Some of our fans, with the way they type in chat, I don't believe that they're actually watching the same game we are. But we're going to see an objective fight for this Herald. Jway's going to start this up with a knock-up onto Xiaoshu. A great Tempered Fate puts 4 members. There's no Crescent Guard when we come out of this fight. And Photic now joins and is just letting hell unleash onto JDG's backline. Vampire flashes for absolutely nothing. And look, there's an Emperor's Divide that may have looked good, but gets nothing done at the end of the day. Photic's now going to be able to just throw arrows, or I guess throw little chakrams at the Scion. It's almost a full-on ace. It's a 4 for 2 in favor of IG. And
the side lane now. I agree. He has a ton of agency. Pan away from that engage there. Didn't really see what happened, but looks like... you know what, Alk? I'm gonna say something.
Go for it.
When I first, going on, and we just pan top lane to watch nothing.
It's beautiful. I mean, yeah, there's actually no notes. Wait, what are we looking for over here? The rookie was on a flank. There's a Herald. Okay, and an Emperor's Divide that I think everybody is going to probably want back. So JDG lose out on a mid turret. They'll lose a little bit of gold while they try to get something on the opposite side. What exactly is this picture-in-picture? Is this how Vampire survives?
This is what we didn't see. No, he dies. He dies.
Oh, he died?
Yunara can dash away and has flash. Now, Rookie's got spell shield plus a bajillion mobility. Vampire's had great games on the Bard. It's a catch on his way.
Okay, is there much going to be found here? I mean, Pantheon just did not use his Aegis, so he doesn't even get any of the damage resistance. Rookie is tying up Gala to not be in this fight. We wanted to see Honkyu and Gala be there for an objective, but I mean, at this point, you've already lost your entire front line. Azir can't hit, Vampire and Gala can't hit, so IG just get 3 kills for free. And guess what now, J Beto? 20 minutes, there's a Baron up and available.
This is step 3, where we just put question marks everywhere. I don't know exactly what's happening, but it is turning into some profit for IG. I feel like for JDG, their front line is so disconnected from their back line. IG are just playing together. That at team fighting, they have found most of their wins off of playing as 5, or at least having Junja and Honkyu play together and just running it down in a good way. But this game, it's very desync. IG now on their 3rd Drake with Baron, leads in every lane. Most of them are 2,000 or more.
Yeah.
This game is basically done.
All right, Jack. I am going to trust that Invictus Gaming don't throw this game. And we're 22 minutes in, which I would say is a fairly fast game, all things considered, to have this much gold. We usually are seeing gold leads in around the 5,000 mark, and gold has definitely been inflated this season with how much gold that you get from the bottom lane position, especially. So
do my best. I will say, there's a lot of talent on the LPL, so
Stop
it's
coping.
hard to look
Stop coping. Stop coping. It's okay. Just let them experience it. Okay. I don't want to sully their first J Beto play-by-play call. Okay. So let's Let's all just be ready, and as I say, let's be in the moment. Let's let the game come to us. Now, Hongq is on the bottom side of the map pushing another wave. I expect this is him looking for maybe his 2.5 item or third. He's going to recall now as we see the defense for the inhibitor turret. He controlled a teleport from behind. Jack, this is all you, brother.
All right, well, JDG in the bot lane setting up priority. They push in the wave Alk, but IG stepping back around. They have this line. The Dragon's been started up. Look at Saburo on the flank. The engage on the Vampire will chunk him down to half health. The Dragon's already being chunked down 6,000 health on this Dragon. JDG have to find something. Saburo walks forward, chunks down Xiaoshu. The needles come out. Junjun to the back line onto Rookie, but it's not going to be enough. The Tempered Fate hits 3 people, but Wei's already got the Dragon. Goes into the back. Gala flushes away. Xiaoshu's ult completely whiffs, and JDG have just fallen to pieces here. The Dragon has already been claimed out, and the fight never felt like it even happened.
Yeah, you had all this set up for the fight, and then JDG either not being able to set up their front line, not really able to get this Varus to really work, and that's the Soul. That's a 12,000 gold lead, and we came into this series thinking this was going to be a done and dusted, pretty easy series here for Jindong Gaming, but they are floundering on some of the best champions here in the league. Remember Varus, who are hyping up Vampire's Bard, even the Azir in a certain light, so
yeah.
Congratulations to IG. They might just make history repeat itself.
I don't really understand what's happening with this JDG team. I mean, they beat BLG back-to-back. The first time was 2-0. They beat AL as well. And now they're losing to the bottom team in the division twice. They've already lost to IG. Now they're losing game 1. There is still a potential of 2 more games, but this one is definitely done and dusted. Saburo won't even get caught.
Yeah,
his flash, he's fine.
Oh, we invested so much, and thankfully for JDG, there are no real waves to play with. There's one arriving in top side as we see Jue start to lean towards his mid laner on the top lane. But aside from that, the lanes aren't really in a great spot. So these next 2.5 minutes are really going to dictate how much more IG are going to be ahead. It's 13,500 gold. It's really difficult to overstate how big of a lead this is for them. But somehow, some way, if JDG can stall, their only hope is that Elder in 4 minutes.
That is a long 4 minutes. Chains of Corruption will hit Wei, and the WQ won't hit him at all. So that's a massive tool of burst down from Gala. And IG break open the first inhibitor. They're going to break open the second. They've still got Baron for another 2 minutes.
What are we looking for? We try to make an engage onto Photic and Jue, and I mean, the Tempered Fate, what's the point? You let Photic, nobody's hitting him. The Tempered Fate saves him, if anything, from Xiaoshu, and a huge Emperor's Divide does nothing but completely separate all of the front line from JDG from their life bars. IG are going to take a very dominant game number 1. 29.5 minutes is going to be the game time, and a 16,000 gold lead is going to be their objective. You get hit by one skill shot and you're done.
Nord is hard against an enemy. You just wall it off, and maybe the Vi's there too. So I do see it, but I just wasn't convinced by this matchup.
Kick to be able to fight back versus this Rumble. But yeah, like you're mentioning, there's some surprising occurrences already this early on.
I'm surprised that Ryze has been the only champion to go Actualizer. Oh, hold on, under tower?
Is this a real one? I mean, he has no flash. Yeah, why not? We have the damage. Wait a minute. Did we take too many turret shots? What are we doing? Wait, Rookie. He's still a turret. It's still going to cook him.
No way.
No. We wanted cold served wings. And right there, JDG get 2 kills for Hongq.
I think that was scrambled eggs there, Alk. And those are pretty nice too. I don't know if they're cold scrambled eggs. I don't know if I'd like those. But the dragon as well being taken. Is this like some like a crocodile meat? I mean, we do actually stop steals happening as much, but it still happens just as much.
Yeah, they just put a little bit more, power into the role. Now we're getting a scuffle between the 2 solo lanes. Oh, even Junja's here. This is like a great Christmas surprise. Hongq has brought the jungler, and now Rookie tried to help out his top laner and now gets completely screwed. recognize they're probably not getting this dragon. Jue's recalling out does have teleport if they want to try to look for something, but I hope observers just show us vision here, because there is so much darkness in this river.
Yeah.
It is impossible. And we see top laners are fighting. I think Xiaoshu actually might lose this, but Saburo is just straight up getting cooked under the equalizer and the flame spitter of this rumble. Even if it is just Junja going down, it'll be a turret in the bottom lane for JDG, and this Herald going over to IG.
Now this is the signs of JDG that don't look the best, when Junja is too fast, too far forward on these plays, and one of the negatives of going... I'm just saying in the future, you know, like if his top tower was to go down...
I'm sorry, I have
maybe
to,
top
I
lane
have to
tier 2. Look, I'm
sorry,
pointing. You just can't
Okay.
see me, alright?
Points? Any pointers in chats? Now, Xiaoshu, equalizer on the wave. There is the Nocturne Paranoia alongside the Grand Entrance, so they'll get the kill here, but I'm looking at as we start
put
to
that in my
set up
Twitter
for
bio.
a dragon. This is going to be the Infernal, and this should be sole point if JDG can confirm this. Saboro's going to grab this turret, but needs to teleport for this play. And I think that JDG need to be very careful. Now, great use of choking out the rest of the vision here in the river. IG are going to say, nope, we don't even want to try to go for this. Now, okay, now we're going to revert. Photic's going to hit on the mid wave. We're going to be late to this objective. Probably going to get IG on their way out. JDG playing to one side on the left. Paranoia is thrown out alongside with Jue. The entrance is stopped thanks to Vampire. And another huge knockup stops IG from walking forward. Even with the Cryo Storm, even with the bullet time, now we're going to be sending Vampire on a one-way trip to ruin IG's day. Soul point secured for Jindong Gaming, and just a full clear-on ace coming on through. Photic will survive. The same will not be said for our Kentucky Fried Anivia. Let's take a big gold lead here. I think we're barely seeing him in a lot of this. He's just kind of clearing the minion waves, and that's about it.
I think Rookie is such an important part of this team. I didn't particularly, like you were touching on, out of the most in that last year.
Now gets to finish 3 items. That is a really big purchase, and I think the difference here is that Gala has completed the plated steel caps and no completed boots here for the Photic. And Engage comes on through. It's our supports throwing out all of their ultimates. This is a situation that gives an advantage over to JDG. IG have no purchase into this river, and we're 30 seconds away from a drag.
And it's Infernal Soul that is massive. Gala takes a decent chunk here. Doesn't have a ton of sustain, but will be able to heal up a little bit. Junja punches forward. I thought he was going to go there. Honkyu may be caught by the wall, but he just stands there.
Oh, wait a minute. The Equalizer, does this do anything? They've caught out Honkyu. That was a big item power spike we were asking with the Actualizer. So now a 4v5 has opened up here for Invictus Gaming. Junja moves forward. There's that Justice. He's being delivered on a Photic, but it does no damage. IG, what else are we looking for? Gala, a great spell shield keeps him alive.
Oh
a re-engage from Jue to knock up Vampire. Have JDG just given up their spot here in this game. A few quick picks here in the mid lane turn into a gold lead that's been evaporated and a dragon to Invictus.
And how much do JDG lose off of this? It's 20 seconds on Junja. They're going to lose the soul. It will be the first Drake for IG, but do IG feel confident enough to go for a position on the top lane? Junja's here.
They don't know Saboro's here. Saboro's lying in wait. They're going to see if IG maybe want to go for something a little bit more. This could be a long-range engagement.
They're going to go with Paranoia.
Honkyu is out. Yeah, they've already retreated back into their jungle. Junja and a Vampire were like, okay, we'll just try to take our wars. We'll maybe go back into our blue side jungle, and that turns into a pick here for IG. So Xiaoshu no longer on the map. And we asked for Rookie to show up, and in that fight, I think he had a really big performance and might have maybe led his team to having a pretty big angle here in this game. Now, Honkyu's going over. We're seeing an engagement. That's Jue immediately deleted off the map. What else can we see from JDG? Because this is going to be a very tentative few moments here. Swirl will come back. How much more fighting can we get? Vampires to walk through all of the Cryo Storm. Get a little bit more damage. Bullet time doesn't quite...
Look, IG setting up for the exact same thing again. Everyone is bot side, maybe looking for Xiaoshu again.
Can I posit a theory here? And maybe we don't have the time for this, but there is no dragon. Jue is in the middle of river. Grand Entrance is going to get him across the wall, and the Battle Dance will get him to safety. Now we're re-engaging onto Xiaoshu. He's by himself in the river. Public Execution gets him stunned up for the time being. Does Jue finally go down? Honkyu will decide that is not the case. The Equalizer will keep the rest of IG away from this pick. And Saburo now will finally go down. Wei falling as well. Might just turn into a Baron afterwards. This Nocturne is all but dead at this point. Vampire's fishing, and it seems like JDG want to continue to squeeze IG out from this river. Photic is the next to fall, and Baron is the next up on the plate.
Hongq finds a great flank around behind everybody of IG. Starts it off with the first kill onto Wei, and then the Realm Warp, sorry, onto Saburo. Then the Realm Warp catches onto Wei. Photic's fallen down as well. And JDG here will start up this Baron. I mean, it's still a minute away from this Drake Alk, so I think you have enough time to ask me.
Legendary Yakety Sax moment there. We literally just walked around both sides of the Dragon Pit and got nothing done as Invictus Gaming. So a lot of cardio, very little gold earned during that play. JDG will use their Baron for the time being. Again, still 2 minutes on this. They didn't even have to start the Dragon on spawn. There's a bot wave that is pushing. You can see that IG, they have a slim line of vision going through their blue side jungle right now. That is kind of their last hope to be able to fight, because this is, as you said, a timer. Every single Dragon for the formidable or for the foreseeable future is going to be a soul point available for JDG. So they know every 5 or so minutes, that's a fight that IG are gonna have to take, and they don't feel comfortable. Remember, they're missing. They have all their flashes. There's a GA available here for Jinja.
Far.
Oh no, can he get into the pit though? Saboro's holding him on this side. That's a Dragon over to Wei, but how much can JDG get? Because there's still a Baron. They're still winning out on numbers, and even if they got the objective, that's 2 kills over to Xiaoshu. This Rumble is burning them alive. Saboro, it doesn't even matter. You don't need the public execution, because now Junja and Hongq will arrive in the middle of this fight. It's a 5-0. Baron still available here for JDG, and we might just have tied up this series.
I think that fight for me is just cementing a Vampire player of the game here. That was so good from Vampire. He finds the catch and then completely denies Wei. This matchup is pretty tough for Rakan to play out, but Vampire's playing it so well. JDG lose the soul again, but this time it doesn't matter at all. It's going to be a game that's going to 3 Alk. JDG find their mid-jungle synergy. A strong bot lane. Photic has forgotten who he was again, and we're going to our third game.
Yeah, look, I failed my microfinances class, and I'll freely admit that. It's the one blemish on my collegiate record, but I'll take that trade any day of the week. A third Dragon versus the Nexus? That's just gonna... It is our first here in the LPL. Very exciting stuff to kind of see. I'm taking a look at last year's matchups. And the last time we would have seen it would have been
really valuable as well. Junja is around.
Destiny is put out. The Dragon still goes over to IG. One of the most dangerous parts about playing against a Twisted Fate is that if he is not...
everyone thinks is going to be the first end representatives. It's pretty overwhelming, AL and BLG. I'm not sure if I necessarily agree with how some of these teams have been playing. Second Dragon started up. IG looked to be fast-tracking their soul. Some really nice deep vision highlighted by the observers here. Junja would have to go over the wall. He is going to do it.
Oh, that's onto Vampire. So that guy's just dead. Oh. There we go. That's first blood from across the map. IG will get that first kill. Junja still gets the smite on this objective. Hongq with no flash. Is that another find for them? They're trying to look for it. Oh, right between the straights there. Junja's taken out, and they're continuing this domination. 3-0 lead here for Invictus Gaming.
Flashbacks a little bit to there's a triple kill from Rookie on a Zoe, I think from a long, long time ago. Vampire.
Okay, Pop Blossom will land, but the spells, I mean, the Spell Thief gave him some movement speed to get out of this one. Where does Wei go? Cataclysm to lock up all of the members of JDG. A single kill onto Rookie is good. That'll take his cleanse as well. Herald seems to be started up here by JDG, but I think you're losing a little bit too much on the map here. I mean, Ornn is getting some free time alongside this Twisted Fate. You're potentially losing this mid-tier one with this Trinity Force completed for Photic. They're going to move members over, but Vampire has no buttons to really play, and Gala is getting chunked.
Oh, this Photic stay he does, so one more order with the Trinity Force finish. The Sheen is enough to take down that mid-outer turret. But for IG, outside of Rookie getting caught there in top lane, this poke comp is working. They're keeping the distance really well, and JDG just don't have the tools to close the gap. When Vampire's getting one-shot like he was, like he did do in that fight. Dragon being started up by IG. No vision again for JDG around this Drake. You could try to look in, but it's a really tough ask. Flash, no flash on Nico.
Oh, Jinja, he summoned up the Herald, and it's a 70 damage smite. He just got it at the very last minute. That's a free leash coming on through. Oh, and now we're using the Herald to get out of this one. Complete clownery going on around this Dragon. As IG, they may have had a couple of those kills. They might have won some of these trades, but now they're just losing out on the map. Oh, and just a perfect flash from Honq.
That is scary. But Honq's on 2 items as well. A full, more than a full level up, so that's just XP in general from laning that he's up. And Gala is, I mean, Saboro's dead.
Yeah, I don't really got to do much here. That one was, I appreciate JDG for giving me the time, because I really was just going to go over to Macro, the Orn guy on Twitter, and see what his guide for upgrades are. I know it's generally the less stats that are adjusted from the bonus usually get more. So I'm currently still looking for this, but essentially I was going to say that if we're going to masterwork any of these items, it's probably Muramana in the future. So, but that is just JDG getting a full bot lane turret, and that time it was for Xiaoshu. The top lane tier 1 was also Xiaoshu, so we haven't really talked about him here in the series, but he is really making a breakout in this game number 3 on this Renekton, a pick that we knew him for in 2025. A lot of members of IG are trying to make this play happen. Photic's also coming.
Yes, Flash, and there is a TFTP to come over as well, but looks like Xiaoshu will just be able to walk out of here. Does get knocked up.
Oh my god, look at the damage! That True Shot Barrage just ripped him apart. I think he didn't know he was going to take that much there. So they'll finally get that Renekton down. That's a big pot of gold that they were waiting on. Some side lane pressure being alleviated. And that was even... Here's another attempt. IG, they will have vision control again of the Dragon. They're going to pull it in the exact same spot that has been stolen in the last 2 plays. Jinja is again over the wall. Destiny Gate is going to be called down. There is a bubble that has landed onto Jinja, so he is no longer able to seal it. Finally, we have secured an objective. We use the...
at this point and onwards. But the range is such a massive advantage for IG. JDG don't have the best gap closed targets. I mean, Destiny's been used.
What are we looking
just
for
a vision?
here? Vampire gets chunked out. Here's the engage from Saboro. The gold card lands onto Zoe, but it's an immediate cleanse. He's put into the bubble. Vampire fights 4 people with a Pop Blossom, and that might be the lead that JDG need as they try to open up this game. Galo will be taken out the very end, and Saboro's trying to squeeze for a little bit more. It's a 1 for 3.
Able to get full vision of everybody, and there are no spell shields, so won't be able to block that. I mean, the Orn upgraded items, the Masterwork items are all coming in now. I think we're only waiting on 1 more, and now level 17 has been ticked over, so that very, very important support upgrade Masterwork item will be able to get gotten right now. But Vampire on a flank, no vision on the bot side of this fight. On that blast gun, he could easily get into the Drake as long as he's not spotted. Vampire's actually gone way further.
Oh, but they know he's here.
He was seen.
He was seen. Oh no, can Vampire escape? He has no proto belt. He doesn't even have flash backup, so Wei will get stunned, but Saboro is here. Vampire's gonna try and turn, but it's on the 2 tankiest member of IG. How much more can we see from them? Saboro trying to land the Call of the Forge God. Even Xiaoshu's on a flank. That's the trade. It's 1 for 1. There's no Orn, but there's no Nico now available. JDG still have a massive gold lead, but this Dragon, it's not a soul quite yet. It's just a single soul point. Can the poke land here from Invictus Gaming? I think this is a really, really strange Dragon as JDG. You need to find another pick. You need to make some other play happen. Mikhails goes on to Wei to get from the gold card. Here's the Destiny Gate. It's going to land on a rookie. He'll cleanse out. Xiaoshu is on the flank. Junja has split open the rest of this fight, and Photic has found the first one. Nobody is on this Ezreal right now, and the rest of IG, they've now wrangled themselves back into this fight. Wei trying to help out his AD carry. Photic does die, but Wei should be able to flag and drag his way out of this one. And it hasn't really found success. We even talk about his top laner on the opposite side, Xiaoshu being a top laner that is worthy of your all-pro accolades. Dragon is going to be started here by JDG, and doesn't look like IG have time or the ability to contest, but hell, who cares? At this point, let's just force it. True Shot Barrage, Call of the Forge God lands, and that's the bottom lane duo of JDG poked out, but Wei is nowhere near this. We're going on a Honq. Let's not even go for this Dragon, guys. We're not going to get in time here. Vampire's going to find 4 members. Flash Pop Blossom lands onto them, but is it enough? Gala is letting the rockets go through the air. We're seeing right now that JDG look a little bit dysfunctional, but the damage is starting to land. Xiaoshu will slice and dice back in. Now Photic and the rest of this poke core from IG will move forward to get rid of the members. Xiaoshu has way too much HP and not enough damage from Invictus Gaming to answer. But Honkyu, no flash. RSC maybe comes up in time for him to get this stun onto Photic. He's going to Arcane Shift forward. Just give me a breath here, brother. Let me breathe. There we go. That Seraph's completed, and another True Shot Barrage is let loose. But JDG will grab the dragon and win the team fight.
Yeah, the team fighting from JDG is so good. Vampire again hits a massive Pop Blossom, and Honkyu goes around the side, constantly peppering in these stun cards. JDG, 4,500 gold lead on Xiaoshu with this 30% health shield. They're starting Baron.
It's already gone. I mean, teleport here from Saburo, but look at where Wei is. He is in his base right now, even with the flag and drag. This Baron is a foregone conclusion. Whether or not IG can maybe chase him out of the pit is the next best question, but even that won't be answered.
This sleep, the damage is not enough. And JDG just do so much of it, like the stun cards over the wall. There's nothing that IG can do because with these stun cards, JDG can close the gap. Xiaoshu is so strong. Flash stun card. I think Honkyu played this fight so well. Every stun card found a kill. Yeah. Have you ever been hit by a star paddle? No. I haven't. But if I was to be, I've seen how much damage they do.
I've been hit by an Aurelion Soul before. I know what a comet feels like, so.
JDG pushing in.
On this last game. Can they do it though? Remember, a win here for JDG means top 4. A win here for IG, a legendary comeback here in this game means that they get their top 4 dreams alive and they don't have to play in the play-ins. Baron is now left for another 30 seconds, and I'm looking at that dragon again.
Xiaoshu is just so strong, pushing in mid. He's probably 5,000 gold up at this point. He's level 19. He is so strong, no one can check him in this mid.
Completely forfeiting off of a minor mistake, punished by JDG.
Rookie no cleanse as well. That was forced out too, so nothing IG can do. They lose Chemtech Soul. Baron is still 2 minutes away. I would imagine that is going to be the bell of IG here, where if the Baron spawns, if JDG just bide their time, finish up some items, you know, we've only got 4 on Gala, so he's got, like, it's crazy to say, but 37 minutes in, like sometimes you'd want to say, oh, the gold is becoming a little bit irrelevant. No, not at all. Long TP and the Destiny.
Lands a gold card. Here is a big croc right into your backline, and while it isn't a Pop Blossom that'll change the world, it is a Xiaoshu who's going to end it here for Invictus Gaming. A very clean 3 kills. He's diving underneath your inhibitor turrets, and he's probably chasing you down to your Nexus. Crocodile Alley is being found, and Xiaoshu is the president. This is an HOA meeting you cannot miss if you're a JDG. Thankfully, there's no ways, but it seems like bot lane is going to be the play for them. They're going to put the finishing touches on this one, and JDG are going to move up 2-1 in the series.
And with that 2-1 victory, Alk, JDG will cement themselves into playoffs. They do not have to worry about any play-ins contention, who they're playing against. It's going to be Group Ascend, split 2 for them as well.
2024 spring was the last time we saw JDG beat up on IG, and while You Should Know Me's not here on the lineup, you should know the names